What's up, everybody? Move over a
Hello.
little bit.
Oh,
I'm chuckling, right? Because
was that loud?
no.
Oh,
I'm chuckling because right before the camera's about to come on, we're over here like
I know. We ain't gonna be on here long,
yeah, this is gonna be a
guys.
short one. This is gonna be a short one, man, because man, we are over
We're
here battling.
struggling.
You're over here battling. What's up, Donna? Donna is in the house already.
Hey,
She's here.
Donna. Hey,
I love
Donna.
it. If
Good
you hear, shout
evening.
yourself out. That's what's up. Donna also said shared. I love it. Thank you for doing that.
Thanks, Donna.
If you're here watching us right now, even if you're watching the replay, share this. So, especially if you're watching now, here's why I want you to share. I want you to share because I want to get as many people in here in the conversation as possible. Because we just want to hear what you have to say. We
For a
want to
short amount
hear
of time.
what you have to say. Donna said, I'm struggling as well. Man, I think a lot of people are.
It's the weather
A lot of
change.
people are.
It's the season change. I'm sure of it.
It's got to be in some. I think something is going around as well. So, like for me, there's some allergy stuff happening. I think
Mm-hmm.
in a combination of allergy stuff plus, Colby's contribution,
Our
maybe.
grandson.
Um, but I think something's going around because even some of my folks that I uh, work with in the UK, they're sick. So I'm like, it's got to be something going on, something going
Yeah.
around. So
Mm.
um, yeah, so we're here. It's Saturday night. If you are not familiar with us, we are Oliver and Denise. We are Denali. This is Have a Conversation After Dark, and it is just that. It is a conversation. It is a conversation about things that are. I got to find a word for taboo because I don't really like that word. Conversation for things that aren't always talked about, maybe, or things that aren't as orthodox, maybe, or things that you don't hear talked about in church, or you name it.
It
Right?
is taboo, but
It is
you just
taboo.
don't like the fact that it is taboo.
Maybe that's
It
what it
is
is.
taboo.
Maybe that's what it is.
Because taboo
You know,
means that it's not talked about.
that it's not talked about. Now, here, I'm glad you said that because the goal of this show is
The
to
opposite.
make things not taboo.
Yeah. The
Because you
opposite.
should be talking about it, or you should at least be able to talk about it. And so
Yeah.
that's where we're at with that. If you are new to this, welcome. Donna said mine are all allergies plus grandson. That's us too.
Same.
Allergies plus grandson
Equals
Yeah.
recipe for disaster.
equals us, struggling. So here we are. Welcome to you all on this Saturday night, man. We are excited. Fresh off of a wonderful experience today. Shout out to Laura Geathers. If you don't know who Laura Geathers is, look her up.
Love Harder Marriage Coaching.
Love Harder Marriage Coaching. Shout out to Laura. We were able to spend some time today with Laura and a beautiful event that she put together. We were able to speak at that event, but beyond speaking at that event, soaking in all of the information and just learning from that event as well.
Yeah, good times.
It was good. It was good. So happy about that. Ready to crash. But before that, get into this conversation.
Yeah.
So, all right. If you saw the description, shout out to Howard. Shout out to Howard. Howard's listening as well. Shout out to Howard.
Hi, Howard.
What's good, bro? If you saw the description, the title is both ... in the same house. Question mark, exclamation, question mark. So, I don't know if this is any relation to Donna, same last name, but Michael Beach, who is, if you're not familiar who Michael Beach is an actor. You may know him for Waiting to Exhale. You may know him for SWAT, if you watch that TV show. And you may know him for a host of other things that he has been in. Michael Beach, great actor.
You should have had a picture of him.
I should have had a picture of him. But you can
look him up.
Yeah, if you can Google him, Michael Beach. Google Waiting to Exhale cast. You see Michael Beach, and you can see some of the other things that he's been in. Most recently, because I know my wife, I watched SWAT with my wife. He's in that show as well. So here's the thing. So the whole story in a nutshell is this: Michael Beach and his former wife, Tracy.
Is that her name?
That's her name.
Tracy.
Her former wife, Tracy. They've been married they were married for, I forgot how many years. I think from 1986 to 2006, something like that.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how long they were married. They were married. They have 4 kids, got divorced. Michael Beach married Alicia. I think that's how you say it. It's spelled Elisha, like the Bible, but I think it's Alicia. Married Alicia. He also adopted a child with Alicia, and also
adopted Alicia's child.
They adopted a child, and they have children together as well. So all in total, between Michael and Tracy and Michael and Alicia, they have 8 children. Here is the kicker of the story. The kicker of the story is that Michael and Alicia are now married. Tracy lives with them.
So Michael's ex-wife lives with him and his current wife.
And his current wife. If you watch the OWN show Love, I think we used to watch. I think we watched the season where
doesn't matter.
Yeah, we've watched the season though. We watched the season where Kirk Franklin was on there with his wife. It's the show where husband and wife, and they interview them.
Okay, Black Love.
Black Love. I think it's Black Love. If you're familiar with that show, you already know this story because they were on there, and this is where they talked about it.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't see.
Yeah, we didn't see that season. So they were on this show talking about how phenomenal this arrangement is.
Hey.
Alicia talked about the fact that she would not. She said Michael is on the road often, filming, gone for. They put one story in particular where they said he was gone for almost 6 months, a little over 5 months. She said she would not have been able to get through those 5 months if Tracy was not there by her side, helping with the kids, making lunches for the kids, taking a load off Alicia's back as she went through this process. While she was talking about that, Michael was sitting next to her, kind of just had a smile on his face. He was like, listen, man,
it works for us.
It works. He was like, if you had asked me 10 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have been like, nah. But I got to admit, it's good. Now, as the internet does, the internet goes bonkers.
Bananas.
Bonkers. Oh, man, he just playing. Now I get it now. So that's why he slept with so-and-so and messed with so-and-so on this TV show and on this movie. Because he's just playing his real life in person.
Yeah.
You know,
art imitating life, right, isn't that what they say?
So they just go in, right? You know, they doing a threesome and they don't just want to say they're polygamous. Why don't they just come out and say,
right,
like it just went crazy?
Yeah.
She gets on Instagram.
She who?
Alicia gets on Instagram.
That's the ex-wife?
That's the new wife.
Okay. Current wife.
Right. Gets on Instagram and it's like, dead that. It's not a threesome. Like, that's not what's happening here. It's just a great situation. And we just, you know, it is what it is.
I mean, it may be that, but for me, that's not happening. Absolutely not.
Why not, though? Why not? Why can't that happen?
I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but for me,
that's what I'm saying. For you,
it's not going to happen because there are several other people that I could find to help me out if you had to leave the house and work outside of the house for an extended amount of time. Why do I have to choose your ex-wife to come and help me? That doesn't even sound right.
Okay, let's discuss that back and forth. The question, which I never posed to you all out there, the question is this: can you live? It's a two-part. It's kind of two halves to a question. If you got, let's say you got divorced, could you and your ex live under the same roof? Because that's a whole nother topic with a whole nother story attached, which I won't get into. But there are more instances now. It is becoming more popular now for individuals who are separated and or divorced to actually live together.
Right. That's true.
Either for the children, there's different reasons why people are saying they're doing it. They're doing it for the children. They're doing it because they want to pool their finances because it's rough out here right now. We're not trying to be married, but we're going to try to do this thing as roommates.
Yeah.
So number one, can you live under the same roof with your spouse, with your ex? Number two, if you are married, can your ex live with you? That's the question. Donna.
What did Donna say? I know she said something.
Donna said, I grew up in a household that my mom let my dad and his wife, my stepmom, live with us.
Wow.
My half brother and sister. I appreciate mom for that.
Wow, Donna. Wow. I really thought you were going to say something like absolutely not.
Wow. Okay. Wow. So Donna has actually lived this experience.
Huh.
Listen, I think that's dope, Donna. I'm glad you're here. Like,
we need dope. You want your ex to come live with us?
No. Hold on. Let's easy. Easy. Wait. I'm just complimenting Donna.
You said you thought it was dope.
Listen, I do. And I'm glad that Donna's here. We'll deal with us in just a second. We'll deal with us in a second. Donna said, put me under the roof with my ex. Really?
Wow, Donna, okay. Really? I'm sorry, Donna. I personally.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm not doing that.
She said Howard's. So tell me why.
She said what?
She just said Howard's, LOL. Tell me why. And you started to go there, right? But tell me, what is it about? Is it because it's my ex? Like, what's the problem?
It is because it's your ex. Mm-hmm. Your ex is your ex for a reason, in my opinion. And to me, why do you have to be in, like, now, the new home and the new space and the new environment? My throat is really dry. That has been created. Why are you? Because if you're still living in the home, yes, you may be the ex, but you're still a part of the environment if you're living in the home. And I'm assuming you're an ex for a reason. So you shouldn't have any part in my new home. I just don't agree with that.
Okay.
I don't agree with that at all.
Elizanne said it's not a plan for everyone.
It's not a plan for everyone. It's not for everyone, clearly.
So yeah, it is like
But it
everything else.
works.
It's not for everyone.
It works clearly because look at Donna.
Right.
You know, so it's just, I guess, relative to each family.
I think it's relative to each family. I think it's also I think, man, there's a lot of components that have to be component boxes that have to be checked. Right.
Yeah.
So let me get Tabby up to speed. What's up, Tabby? Tabby's just joining.
Tabby.
So Tabby, real quick, let me get you up to speed. Here's the question that's on the table. The question on the table is it's a two-part question. One, if you and Rick were to separate or divorce, could you still live under the same roof? Number one. Number two, you are married to Rick and Rick's or your ex lives with you. Is that a possibility? Where that's coming from is the actor Michael Beach is currently married to Alicia. He was formerly married to Tracy, with whom he has 4 kids. Tracy lives with Michael and Alicia.
And they're saying it's such an ideal environment.
They're saying it's a phenomenal situation.
Because Michael is gone so much of the time, and the ex-wife and the wife help each other out. And it's just, they support each other with the kids and all of that home stuff. I'm thinking, in my opinion, you can ask anybody else to come and support you with the home and the children. Why does it have to be the ex? I'm absolutely not. You're not coming in my house. No.
Okay, so that's where we at, Tabby. It's not happening here, clearly. So, also, our good friend Donna is in the comments. Donna has actually lived through this. She's lived it. So this is a real life experience for Donna.
That happened with her as a child.
Donna said, "My heart is so big, I would do this for Howard's kids, Mom. Don't play with me, though. Not a good look. Don't let me catch you whispering, though." All right, so nothing can be going down. So Donna's cutting folk. That clearly, if you get caught, it's a problem. But she would be able to do it.
Yeah.
Can I be a fire starter?
My heart is big too, Donna, but I don't know.
Let me be a fire
it ain't
starter.
That big.
Let me ask you a question. And I'm only doing this just to start a fire. I'm not suggesting that this is the case. Is that insecurity because it's my ex?
No, it's not insecurity. Not on my part.
Okay.
It's not insecurity. It is, you are the ex. You have no business in my home anymore. You're the ex.
Are you worried about my involvement with that person?
No, you're the ex. Be the ex.
So let's just say, would the reason that they're the ex matter?
Say it again.
Would the reason that they're an ex matter? Like, say, for example, like, obviously, if, let's say, they cheated on me, that's the reason why that's my ex.
No, it wouldn't matter to me. Ex is ex. You are no longer a part of your life. The ex is no longer a part of your life. Unless it's to do with the kids. And you don't have to be in the home if you're an ex to be involved with the kids in any way, shape, or form, in my opinion.
So I can be friends with them and they can be involved, obviously, because they, Michael and Tracy have kids together. So obviously they got to be involved somehow.
Yeah.
You're just saying it can't be under the same roof.
No, you're not coming in my house. You're not sleeping in my house and you're an ex. Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
We're going to get to the bottom of this. Tabby says, sad to say, I've heard this far too much. My former classmate is living this right now.
Really?
So here's the thing, Tabby.
Maybe this is more common.
Oh, it is very common. It is very common.
Wow.
I kind of looked it up. So both scenarios that I just proposed, they are very common right now and getting even more and more common. So the first one,
surprised.
The first one where me and you get divorced, but we still gonna live here. That is becoming increasingly common. And the number one reason is economy.
Finances.
The number one reason is finances. Because we're like, hey, listen, I know this marriage thing ain't gonna work out,
Wow.
but I think we could probably make good roommates. We could still pool our finances together. And Tabby just said it. The second reason is the kids. If you have kids, those are two major reasons why that happens. And the second scenario is also about children,
Mhm.
which you see in this case with Michael and Alicia. That's the first thing she said. She was like, when he was gone, the story that she told about that
Right.
5-month period, she was like, she would not have
Have
made it through
without.
that without Tracy being there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's so many other people you can ask for help or support.
Donna,
Why does it have to be the ex?
Donna said, I see Denise's point as well. Elizanne says that takes a lot of maturity and defined boundaries on the part of all involved.
It does.
I agree with that.
It does. I agree.
I believe finances and children are the factors. They are, Tabby.
Yeah.
So if you look it up and you see the growing phenomenon that's happening with people doing this, finances and children are indeed a factor.
Mm-hmm.
They are. So here's the thing. And honestly, this is not about us even stamping a yes, this is right or yes, this is wrong on this. Mm-hmm. This is just talking about it. Like, because these are the kinds of things that happen in people's relationships.
Clearly, I never knew it was such a common thing.
So let's be clear. In the Marcel household, no ex can come live here.
Absolutely not.
I'm not sure I have a leg to stand on with this situation
at
all.
Did you want a leg to stand on?
See, that's not the point of what I'm saying.
You sound like you wanted a leg. Do you want a leg?
I don't want a leg. I don't. We don't need the help.
We don't.
We don't need the help. I don't have kids
with we needed the help, would you want a leg?
I don't have kids with anybody else, so I don't need the help.
If you did have kids with anybody
so
else?
let's take that in real world scenario. Let's say I did have an ex that I had kids with.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say I did work a very demanding job.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm married to you. Now you and I have kids as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I would want that to happen, but I don't see why it could not happen.
I just don't. You don't. This is my home now. This is my home.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one queen in the castle.
Okay.
This is my home.
Now we've gotten to the bottom of it. Okay.
You're not coming up in here.
So it can't be another woman.
We can even get along and be real mad cool, which I would hope would happen.
Go ahead.
But you're not living up in here. This is my castle.
I think that's where we're at. I'm gonna come back to that.
That's not happening.
Married with benefits, but those other people may not fit into their dynamics. That's true. They may
say
not.
That I don't get that. What?
Those other people may not fit into their dynamics.
Oh, when I said that there are other people that could help.
Right.
I get that.
Yeah. I mean, Tracy is the mother of their children. So that it can't, from a dynamic standpoint, it don't get no closer or more cohesive than that.
I mean, technically, I guess that's true, but people, send their kids to daycare all the time or have nannies,
that's
all
true.
the time.
That's
it
true.
may not be the ideal dynamic, but when you have to do things like that, you do what you got to do.
You do. Donna said it's a beach thing.
It's a beach thing.
So here's the thing. I don't know, Donna, if you do the family tree and do the family tree and see if y'all are related.
Right.
But it just so happens that Donna's last name is Beach, and so is the actor.
Right.
Michael's last name is Beach as well. Elizanne said, don't even think about it.
Don't even think about it.
Don't even think about it. Wow. Okay.
Absolutely not. Not over here.
Maybe the ex fits into their family. And in this case, Married with Benefits, in this particular story, the ex does fit into their family because he has 4 children with the ex.
Yeah.
And so that's the connection right there. Donna said, don't mess with Denise. She's not feeling well. Hey, Donna, I'm not feeling well either. So she can't mess with me either. Although I'm losing this one. I take it. It's cool. Nanny and daycare is like a mortgage cost. So
you ain't lying. You're right. You are absolutely right.
You ain't lying. And I don't know if you got on by the time I said this, but the main reason why this is a growing phenomenon, whether it be with a new family nucleus or with exes who live together, is because of finances. It's the
Yeah.
number one reason.
Yeah.
Children is probably the number two reason why you are seeing this growing phenomenon where exes are still living together
Yeah. You're
for
gonna
one
have to
reason or
find
another.
somebody that could do it for free then,
Because that is the truth. And we can see that with our grandson. Like daycare ain't no joke.
it's ridiculous. It's absolutely
Matter of fact,
ridiculous.
it's so much of a no joke that we probably need to figure out how to open one. Because that is a gold mine. Like daycare right now is a gold mine. If you own a daycare, you probably doing okay. I need to own one too.
Hopefully.
I need to own one too. So that's the thing. So clearly in this household, it's not happening. Can I mess with you a little bit more?
Okay.
So is there anyone, if there was someone who was going to live here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna throw in the caveat of the opposite sex, because obviously my ex, well, not obviously, but my ex in particular would be of the opposite sex.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone of the opposite sex that could come and live here with us?
Any one of your exes of the
No,
opposite
just
sex?
period.
Period?
Yeah. Could a third person live with us that is not my mom or your mom?
Okay, because I was gonna say,
Right.
what do you mean?
Right.
It would depend on who.
Why?
Because it couldn't. To me, if it's a close friend,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, maybe so.
Alexander said no.
Alexander said no to your
I'm
this
assuming
question.
to this question, yeah.
I would.
Because it's opposite sex.
I would say, yeah. See, opposite sex. That's.
So now that brings back to the original question: Are you more concerned about the fact that it is my ex, or are you more concerned about the fact that it is the opposite sex?
No, I'm more concerned that it's your ex.
Okay. And the only reason I'm asking that is because, when Michael and Alicia came out with this on that show, the internet went crazy saying, oh, y'all just polygamous and you don't want to say that. And he messing around with her, Tracy still, da, 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 da. And so Alicia gets on Instagram and deads all that. She's like, no, that's not what's happening here. Like, this ain't no threesome. Like, we ain't messing around with each other.
Yeah.
Tracy is a godsend. That's not the word she used, but basically in so many words,
yeah.
she's like, man, she's killing the game right now for us.
Yeah.
So let's be clear between me and you, so we don't have a problem when these cameras go off. I'm not advocating for that. Let's be clear.
I mean, we don't have no kids that need watching.
Right. But I am playing devil's advocate because I just want to flush it out for some folks. Tabby said no. No.
Donna. So what about you? What if my ex, one of my exes, wanted to live here? Would you be okay with that?
No, men can't do that.
Men. Okay.
So no.
Wow.
Let me take
that.
Hold on. Let me take that back. I take it back.
Why?
I take it back. So it's not that men can't do that, because we are also living in an age where polygamy is huge and has become now, hear me when I say this. Let me put the disclaimer out there. I'm not saying this in a racial tension kind of way. Okay, so let's put that out there first. Let me get this comment. Donna said you can't let everyone live in your house.
Home.
You can't.
Agree.
Indeed. Whether it's in-laws or not. So here's the thing. I'm not coming from a place of racial disharmony, if you will. But the polygamy thing, in our eyes as African Americans, was always relegated to other ethnicities.
Races.
Right?
Okay.
The polyamorous lifestyle now is huge in the Black community. I mean, it is huge.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
really?
It's massive. It's massive. And there are now polyamorous scenarios where there is more than one man. So in the beginning, the polyamorous scenario also not only was relegated to other ethnicities, but it was always the man with multiple women.
Mhm.
It has now become the woman with multiple men.
Mm.
That's why I'm saying I take back that men can't do that, because clearly in this day and age, men can do that. Somehow they found a way to do that. This man can't do that. No, sir.
Why can you not do that?
Because for the same reason that you can't. I'm the dude.
That's right.
Like, I'm not sharing you with another guy.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm
but
just not doing it.
yeah, but
I don't care if it's a Tracy Alicia situation. I'm not sharing you with another dude.
yeah, but
Like, that ain't gonna happen.
you're not sharing me. We're taking care of the kids.
I'll take care of the kids. I got it. I'll figure it out.
That's
I'll
how I
figure it out.
feel.
I'm not doing that.
Exactly. So that's how I feel.
Now I will work with your ex, because I'm not a I was about to say a different word, but I'm not a jerk. So I'll work with your ex, but he can't live here.
I agree.
He can come here as often as he wants, but he can't live here.
I wouldn't say as often as he wants, but
Well, I'm cool with having a relationship with him.
Mhm.
So you come watch the game, hang out with your son or daughter, whatever. Come watch the game, come to the barbecue, blah, blah, blah. But you don't got a room in here, bro. Like,
exactly.
we're not about to go that far.
I agree. And that's how I feel
And it's gonna
about
take me a long time to develop a relationship
Mhm.
where you can come to the barbecue and you can be over here watching the Ravens game.
Mhm.
But yeah, bro, you ain't gonna be like, hey, good night. No, sir. No good night. You gotta go. You got a good night at your own house.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
So I'm with you. I'm just messing with you, but I'm with you. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know how that dynamic works for me. I'm not evolved enough as a man to do that.
Mhm.
I'm just not. I'll admit it. Sometimes you got to admit your weaknesses, if that's a weakness.
That's
But
not a weakness.
I'm not progressive enough in my life walk.
I don't think it's a weakness.
entertain-
though. I
to
wouldn't say
entertain
it's
that.
a weakness.
I'm just using that word for shock value, but I don't think I'm there.
No.
Elizan said you don't open doors for the enemy to walk through.
That's it.
There have been too many homes distorted, helping people by allowing them to stay in your house. I agree with that.
It, Elizan. That's 100% it.
I agree
It
with
could be all purely innocent in your mind,
Mhm.
but the enemy doesn't need much room to wiggle in.
You're right, Married with Benefits. I'm not sharing her, and it's not intimate. I get that.
It's just staying there.
I get that. But I'm just me. I'm gonna be honest. At this moment in time, I don't think I'm there.
Nope. I know I'm not there. I don't got to think about it.
And it's not.
I'm not
And
there.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not even so Elizan said you don't let doors open for the enemy. I'm not even concerned about
that part.
I'm not even concerned about you potentially messing around with him. Now, because I'm a man, I am concerned about what his motives might be.
Okay.
But that's a whole nother topic. We've talked about that before in another show. It's not even that I'm concerned about what could happen from an intimate standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I just from a.
Is it like what I said? Like there's only one queen in this castle.
Yeah,
I think it's the same thing.
I think it's the same thing. And like you said, it's not about insecurity. It's not so much. It's not about insecurity. It's just, man, I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of the word, but there's a word that I'm trying to think of that describes why I'm not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just not there yet. And now having said that,
mm-hmm.
if I'm being 100% honest, in a perfect world, I don't see a problem. I really don't. Like I'm going off the Michael Beach situation. So Michael having his new wife Alicia, having his ex-wife Tracy living there as well. The experience is phenomenal for them. Although it's not a dynamic that I think I would want to adopt. I can't actually shoot it down, as crazy as it sounds, right? Because we had a conversation with somebody earlier and we were telling them what the show was going to be about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And their reaction was like,
right, exactly.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Should have went live on Instagram.
So
Is this my warped mind thinking this way?
Mhm.
But to me, if my ex is living here, coming in here and living here, is this my warped mind thinking this way?
Mm.
I don't want my ex to be thinking, oh, I haven't seen Denise and Oliver in the living room. They're in the bedroom. I wonder if they're getting it on in there.
that's not your. Well, it is. Yes, the answer to your question is yes. It is your warped mind.
Why? Why?
But I don't think that's a far fetched thought. I mean, I'm sure people are. I'm sure, as evolved as we may get as people,
And I wonder
there's
if
probably gonna be some moment where
do
you're
you
like,
think back on your relations with your ex and be like,
yeah,
okay,
you're
never
muddying
mind.
the waters.
Okay, never mind. I just
You are muddying the
wonder.
waters.
Okay,
big
go ahead,
time.
go ahead,
No,
go
but I
ahead.
get it. I get it. I get it. I think we watch too much. Alexander said TV. I think we watch too much television. There, there is now a show on TV with a woman with multiple men. None of this is for everyone. So
None
listen,
of this is for
I'm
everyone.
again. I'm not stamping a right or wrong. I do have some very solid beliefs, and me personally, the polyamorous thing does not fall within my belief system. I'll be honest about that. The polyamorous thing doesn't fall within my belief system. This scenario, however, isn't categorized as being polyamorous because they're
No,
not
it's not.
sleeping with each other and they're not
Correct.
messing around with each other.
Right.
She just there. She's living there. She is
Supposedly
extra
for
set of
the
hands.
children.
Right. She's just an extra set of hands. You know, there was a period of time when your mother-in-law was living with us. She's an extra set of hands.
It's not the same.
It's the same.
It's not
It's
the
the
same.
If
It
we're
is
being,
absolutely
if
not
we're
the
really
same.
being honest, it's the same.
It is not the same.
Why it's not the same?
You didn't have a relationship with my mother.
But that's in the past.
It doesn't matter. A relationship is still a relation. Someone that had a relationship with you cannot live in my house.
Okay. I'm with you.
It's not the same.
I'm with you. Donna said, come break bread. When you're done, you got to go. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, Donna, at this point in my life. You know, that's where I'm at. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know any of her exes, so I can't even make that. I can't even make that a real world scenario because I don't even know any of them. So she knows the opposite is true for her, which, yeah, I'm not doing that anyway. Judith, what's up? Thank you for being here. Appreciate
Hi, Judith.
you. Darren's laughing. Darren's laughing. Pray for me, Darren. Pray for me, my brother. An extra set of hands on your spouse.
On your spouse, right?
See, so Tabby is
not
thinking how
for
you
your
think.
spouse and not to support your spouse.
Yeah, see, we're
but
muddy.
on your spouse.
Tabby,
exactly.
Tabby, you and Niecy muddying the waters. Come on, you got it. Come on.
This is true.
Let the woman live at the house, Tabby.
No. No.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing. Can I just be serious for a moment? This is a funny topic for me. I'm just gonna be honest. But seriously though, the relationship dynamic has been so broadened. I'm using a safe word. It's been so broadened in this day and age.
What do you mean the relationship dynamic?
There's so much. So think about when we were small.
Mm-hmm.
Think about our parents and our parents' parents. The marriage and relationship dynamic was one way. And everything outside of that one way was very weird, for lack of a better word, right? So you had a husband, you had a wife, you had kids, you had grandparents. You know, there were these homes where there were very generational kinds of things happening, but it was all kind of going in one direction. We live in an age now where there's so many things now that are just as normal as what the path that we deemed or our parents or grandparents deemed as normal.
It's
right.
True.
So it's
true.
It's difficult as marriage professionals. It's difficult to No, it's not difficult. I'm going to say what I was going to say, but it's not difficult. I'm just going to use the word difficult. It's a challenge to stand up principles, ideologies, concepts around relationship building,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to hit several moving targets.
Because it's not just straight cut
It's not
anymore.
right. That's just a station identification break. And I'm just only saying that because as coaches, that's a very pronounced challenge.
Yeah.
Because you don't just have heterosexual relationships, you have same-sex relationships, you have polyamorous relationships, you have individuals who are in this category where exes are living with them, or
Right.
they're not married and they're living with exes. There's so many different things that are happening that fall
was
under
just
the
not a thing
right
in our
that fall.
parents' and grandparents' day and age.
And even if it was a thing, they weren't adopted as
Inclusion.
right. They weren't adopted as lifestyles that would be addressed the same way this particular lifestyle would be addressed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it makes it's a challenge for married professionals.
Yeah.
Married professionals have to choose where they want to stand.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
You have to choose where you want to stand. So I have colleagues, I'm saying that word kind of loosely, people that I know and have, networked with, that have chosen to be all inclusive. So their coaching style has to adapt to all of these different nuances. Then there's other colleagues of ours that we know that are clear cut. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you have people, and they won't be upset with me saying this. You have people like bridge builders, and people like Married for Real.
Yeah.
Who they have chosen, hey, this is the road we're going to travel. These are the things we're going to address, and we're not going to address anything else. Right. So it's interesting. That's just a station identification.
So Tabby says society is redefining God's design for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
God has not changed the rules. He hasn't. Let's not get confused or buy into the lie of including additional folks, albeit parents or ex-lovers.
I'm with you, Tabby.
Mic drop.
I'm with you.
Boom.
I'm with you. If parents have to come and live, it's different depending on the reason. Indeed.
Agreed.
Yeah. So listen, I you know where I stand, but I'm always gonna bring some, something off the I'm not always gonna bring something off the wall to the table. But what I love about these conversations is that I feel like we get to learn stuff about each other. So
yeah, sometimes,
right? The how adamant you are about that not happening, right, allows me to kind of pick your brain a little bit.
Are you not as adamant? So you're thinking about it.
No. So the answer to your question is no, I'm not as adamant. However,
how are you not?
No. Hold on. Wait. Let me say the whole thing. I'm not as adamant, maybe because I have never even thought about that as an option. Number one,
I haven't either.
Number two, I'm not as adamant. I don't know. I'm not that adamant, but that doesn't mean, here's where I was going. That doesn't mean that it's something I would be willing to accept. Okay. When I say I'm not that adamant, what I'm referring to is in the Michael Beach situation in particular. When I read that, in my mind, I was like, yo, that's bananas. That was literally my first reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And then as Alicia kept talking, I was like, hey, whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's what I mean when I'm saying I'm not that adamant. As it relates to us, that's not a dynamic that I would ever consider.
Right.
I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
This is not a dynamic I would ever consider.
Right.
We have fought through all of that, right?
Yeah.
Now, I haven't been gone for 5 months. We've never experienced anything like that. That would be a new thing for us to tackle, but we would have to figure out how to tackle it.
Right.
And I don't know that tackling it would involve me bringing my ex or you bringing your ex.
Well, thankfully, we are beyond that stage now.
We are beyond that stage. True. Yeah. So, and that's the reason why I said I'm not that adamant. Because I'll be honest. As I watched Alicia talk through this in the very beginning, because it's clickbait. So the headlines are very they almost make you say, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So that was my reaction, like, oh, that's foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
So I listened to her talk. And as I listened to her talk, I'm not saying she won me over, but I was like,
You did hear her side, and
yeah, I was like,
you
okay.
understood her side.
I was like, hey, good for you.
Yeah.
And that's literally why I was like, okay. And I kept it moving. Good for you. Maybe not for me, but good for you. However, again, this show is not about a right or wrong. Let's be clear. Those of you who know us know that we have very clear-cut beliefs.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That is a dangerous situation.
I think it is too.
I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna even get into the specifics around why.
I want you
that is
to
a
get
potential. You do?
this. Yeah.
Okay.
Why would you not?
So
Why is it dangerous?
Here's why I think it's a dangerous situation. And this could be just like you were saying, is it my warped mind? This could be my warped mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dangerous situation. Tabby, somebody said it. I think it was Tabby. Somebody said it. Elizanne, somebody said it. It's a dangerous situation because as much as we like to say that we are evolved and we are mature and we have gotten past a certain scenario and now we can be friends and we can be cordial and we can be civil and we can collaborate. Why it's a dangerous situation is that what would have to take place is that we would have to be very intentional about living out our lives in a certain way that could never give the opportunity, no gaps for the enemy to put a wedge in.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that's impossible. I'm just saying that is the journey you would be on.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
as it relates to your intention.
I agree.
Now, if you can uphold that, there's not much I can say to you except for go forth and be great in the name of the Lord, right? Me personally, I'm not saying that I'm weak, nor am I saying that I'm going to give cause to the enemy. I'm just saying I don't even want that responsibility at this point.
Yeah. I agree.
I just don't, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you don't have to do a job, then you don't have to do it.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of like, to me, what you're explaining is like, correct me if I'm totally off base with this, but this is the first thing I thought of. Someone who is an addict, why put yourself in that environment if you don't have to put yourself in that environment?
Yeah. So
to be tempted.
Let's get controversial. And I'm saying that for shock value.
Oh, goodness.
Let's get controversial. So here's a question. There was a comment about God's design, but let's be real about it. Which God? What if another religion's God said it was okay? Because in religion, several wives were okay. Now, I'm not going to dismiss this question. And what I'm about to say is going to sound dismissive, but I'm not going to dismiss it.
Design, but let's be real about it. Which God?
Right.
Which God?
So,
if another religion's God said it was okay.
Because in religion, several wives were okay. So if you think about Bible times, right? Bible times, people had several wives, right? That was a thing. That was a very real thing.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to kind of tiptoe on this because I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of religion, not here in this particular form. But I'll say this. People are going to live their lives according to their particular belief system.
Right.
If your particular belief system does not frown on, does not disown, does not give cause for the negative in a particular scenario, then you're going to move and you're going to make decisions
correct based
on that.
Yes.
Right. So here's the thing. For us to answer the which God question, for us, and that's a touchy subject because it does come up in not often for us, but it does come up. For us, there is that discrepancy that we choose to live our lives with some level of exclusivity
Right.
in our relationship
Yeah.
when we read a Bible where that didn't always happen.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now, but I get it.
Rabbit hole.
But I get it. And what I'm going to say is that you have to I'm not going to fault anyone for standing on their beliefs. However, I have to be allowed to stand on mine.
That's right.
That's all that's all I'm saying. But I get that, and that's a very real comment and question that does bear, it does warrant some conversation because that's been a question that comes up, not quite often, but it has popped up periodically, right? There's justification for the polygamy lifestyle or polyamorous lifestyle. Now, let me reel it back in though, because that's not what this is about.
Correct.
Michael Beach is not living a polyamorous lifestyle.
No, he's not.
Alicia shut that down on Instagram.
Yeah.
Now, was she lying? I'm not going to be the judge of that. I'm going to go on face value
with what she
on
said.
what she said.
Yeah.
Because the internet went wild saying, oh, y'all sleeping together. Y'all just want your cake and eat it too, da, da, da. And she got on Instagram and was like, nah, that's not what's happening over here. So that's a different topic.
Yeah.
The polyamorous thing. This thing is just purely, can you have somebody that was in your life previously living in your house with you in your new life?
Right.
Elizabeth over here said no. So,
boom.
I missed some comments. So let me get back. Elizanne said, Oliver, you can't help making the show interesting by asking the questions other people won't. Yes, that's me. That's
Elizanne, you already know.
That's what this show is about. I feel like, here's the thing, and let me be clear. What I'm never trying to do is get somebody to change their ideology. That's not what this is about. However, I do throw stuff out there because what I want people to get used to doing is having conversations.
That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Because conversation, and I usually say this at the end, which we're coming down to the end right now. Conversation is a catalyst for growth and a catalyst for learning in your relationship.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll use us as an example. My wife's very adamant stand on this now gives me the opportunity to ask her some questions.
Correct.
That allow me to see into her heart and learn some things about her. And so that's why I do some of the stuff that I say, some of the stuff that I say. It's not that I'm telling you should do it. It's not that I'm telling you should not do it. You need to know what you believe.
Yeah.
And you need to stand on that.
Yep.
And if you're not sure what you believe, you need to start doing some research. And you need to start looking around at some things, right? We are people of faith, and we believe that the Holy Spirit will, because it says the Holy Spirit will lead you into all truth and will teach you. So you got to go find that if you don't know what it is. If you know what it is, you got to stand on that.
That's right.
Now, outside of that, you also need to be able to have conversation. Because if you live in with another person, you need to know that person in and out.
Why are you pointing at me?
Because that's you, the person I'm living with. You, the person I'm living with. Let's see. Man, I'm missing. Let me catch up. Amen. Oh, Tabby was going to say, what was she going to say? Bible says we should give no place to
the enemy. That's right.
Donna said, I'm the reason that Howard and his baby mama even talk or get along. Wow, I love that, Donna. I love that you were conduit for that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's dope. As a believer, I'm held to a different standard. There's no judgment if they are not believers of God's word. Darren said, if you want to get beat up, Let me marry another
Yeah, I
lady.
know that's right. I know that's right.
Darren, you got to protect your neck, buddy. I know that's right. I know that's right. Tabby said again, no one can live up in here.
No.
Forget my view. You must know Mr. Hill. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Mr. Hill.
Yeah. That ain't happening. Yeah. Mr. Hill.
Right. Forget the view.
Yeah. That's not.
Right.
Yeah. That's a negative.
Yeah, we know. We know.
That's a negative. Darren said right. Listen, we're gonna get out of here. It's I'm surprised we even made it an entire hour.
I know. I
I'm
didn't cough
feeling
that much.
Yeah, and I'm actually feeling okay too. I guess we need to get on here and connect with the peoples, man. So listen, thank you for being here. This is one of those topics where people are going to have very strong feelings about.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
As you can see, we have strong feelings about it too, right? The reason why I brought this topic in particular, for our audience, for the majority of our audience, I won't say our whole audience, but I knew that the majority of our audience was going to fall on one side of this issue.
Right.
And that's fine. But getting you to talk about it out loud does a few things. It gets you to really become solid in how you feel about a particular thing.
Mm-hmm.
And how you choose to walk it out.
Yeah.
And you do what you feel you need to do, right? The other thing is the reason why this show even exists, and that is that we want you to have conversation, and we believe you should be able to have conversation about everything, even if you bring it up like we did. Because here's how it happened. I'll tell you how it happened. I was sitting down here at this desk. I was doing some work one day. I run across the story. I listened to Alicia and her account of it, and she's talking about it. And then I found a clip of her talking about it, and I texted to Nisi. Nisi was upstairs working. I was down here working.
And what did I say?
So I texted to you, and what did you say?
I can't find it right now.
But initially, she had a very strong reaction.
I said, yeah, that's a good topic. And hell no. Ain't nobody else living up in here. That's what I said.
Yeah. So we have strong feelings about it, right? But what it allows me to do is kind of pick her brain, because that's the type of person I am. I'm always going to be like, so why?
Yeah.
Why is that a problem? And we can share. And I think it's important for you all to have those kinds of conversations. Donna said, go buy some Sudafed. I took some Sudafed. Listen, Donna.
That helped for you before,
it did.
Right?
Right before we got up to speak, because we had a speaking engagement today. Right before we got up to speak, I took some Sudafed, and it did help.
Mm-hmm.
It did help.
Couldn't shut him up.
I'm kidding. Love you as well, man. Great topic. Thank you, Donna. Thank you for being here. Donna's always in the house hanging out with us. All have helped me approach my husband in a better way, man. Now
that's great, Donna.
We appreciate that, and we thank God that has been been beneficial.
Donna.
See, that's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
That's what
right
it's
there.
about. That's why we're here.
That's it. That's what
why
it's about.
We're here.
That's why we're here. So listen, we're gonna get out of here. Elizanne said, have an awesome rest of the weekend.
You too, Elizanne.
Listen, folks, can I just say this, since we got some folk watching? Can I just toot my own horn for a second? Monday is a very special day. Monday, October the 16th, is a very special day for me.
Our birthday guy.
So I've thankfully with God, I have gotten to see another number, and so I'm looking forward to that. If God spares us until that moment, on Monday will be my birthday. So listen, if you think about me at some point on Monday,
say a birthday
shoot your boy
prayer.
a message, say a prayer for me, and I'll be grateful. Tabby said, great topic, great job. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tabby.
Good night to you, Darren, as well. Happy birthdays are coming in from Elizanne, from Donna, from Tabby. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of this. Like, you are the best part of this thing. We get on here and talk, but you get on here and hang out with us, and that means a great deal. So blessings on you. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and we will not see you next week.
We will not, unless we choose to go live really quickly.
We might. So
From the
next week,
hotel room.
yeah, next week
Maybe.
we're speaking at a conference, and it's a weekend long conference. So we're
It's a
doing
retreat.
several. It's a weekend retreat. We're doing several sessions. So we might be
see,
able
we'll
to
see.
sneak in something on Saturday night. We may not. We'll see how it works. We'll play it by ear, but we'll also let you know on social media. So if you're following us, we'll let you know. All right. Peace and blessings to you. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.